everybody, Josh Jr. here for yet another in-shop adventure. Today we are going through this recent Willamette River findings, and we're going to set some aside and get them ready to tumble. Now, we've all seen what I did with the other rocks, where I slabbed them and turned them into cabochons on one of them. And the other, I did a free-form polish. We also know from that experience, the Willamette River is rough on these rocks and there's a lot of cracks in them. So tumbling of this material, some of them may break apart even more. But that's what we're here for, to find out. Not everything I want to tumble. Some of it is like questionable, like why did I pick it up? And as I come across those, I'll set them aside and they'll go out to the rock garden. And there's some here that now that they're dry, they don't look that good as what they did when they were wet when we picked them up. That's okay. They're still going to get tumbled. And if they still don't turn out okay, it'll be filler material for later on. But I'm pretty confident that I've got some pretty cool looking material here. So the process I go through is very simple. I generally don't clean anything up. I don't care. People say, oh, it's going to cause the barrels to swell up and blow. I've never had that problem, and I've processed a lot of stuff. The bigger ones, the bigger pieces of Jasper, and yes, I got a spray bottle. If it'll work, here we go. That one there was just a unique piece. I'm going to slab that one down the road. Another pretty cool piece here. I'm not going to tumble those. This one here might slab up and determine what I'm going to do with it. Don't know yet. But definitely ones like this here, this Jasper. All these here. I don't even know why I picked that one up. No, it is Jasper. Here's an agate. There's a quartz vein right there. So I'll put them in the barrel. Nice little piece of Jasper. It's going to tumble up good. Another tumbler. Petrified Wood. I'm not going to tumble on this batch, but there's a couple nice pieces that I found. This one here is interesting because it was fractured and healed. This one here may take some extra grinding on it. That's okay. That's what we're here for. This one here, very unique piece, almost a purplish tint to it. I don't know how well the lights can pick it up in here. But yeah, that's a really interesting piece. More Jasper. I love tumbling Jasper. It just does such a good job. This one here will be a challenge because this side here is kind of rough. Well, this side here is the Jasper, so who knows. I think I got a problem. I think I'm going to need more than this. Let's step up the program. There we go. I think that's going to be better. And if I can't fill this up, I've got plenty of other material I can add to it. So again, this is all I'm going to do. Sit here and sort through the stuff, look at it, see if I actually want to tumble it or not. See, another one here, it's going to be tough. Now this is one that could capture grit and cause problems down the road. But again, I don't worry about it. This has got some green in it. That's going to tumble up really nice. I love green Jasper. I think that's my favorite colored material to tumble. There's another little green Jasper right there. That one there, I don't think I want to tumble. I think that's going to stay over here. Same with that one there. I picked that up because of this pattern right here. So that's going to be put on the sawdust slab. Another one that's going to get put on the sawdust slab. It's kind of ugly on this one here because of all the green stuff, but it caught my attention out there, and that's what's important. This one here, this mustard jasper, love the stuff. It's going to be a hard one to cut. I might end up having to cut it this way here and make small, thinner cabochons out of it. Something I'll determine later. Chunk of quartz. Interesting patterns on that. This one here is the wrong shape to be able to slab, so I'm going to throw that in the tumbler. And most all this other stuff here goes in the tumbler. So, including this seam agate. And I have a lot of seam agate that I've got processing right now. It's taken a while to do it because if we had the hot weather, I had to shut everything down. It was over 120 degrees here in the shop. Beautiful piece of jasper there. So as you can tell, I really don't care about the cleaning aspect of it. The grit is the best cleaning agent out there. If you want to clean these separately and you don't have time to process these into start a tumbling batch, roll this stuff in beach sand for 48 hours. It will clean it right up. And I think I have a video out there on that, and if not, I'll have to go back and check. If not, I'll do a video on cleaning rocks with beach sand and my procedures I use. So, I don't see why the rest of these can't go in the barrel here. Except for that one. Driveway piece. And that happens. Don't feel bad about bringing home a driveway piece. You're not gonna, it's not the end of the world. Now this one here, I don't think I want to roll. These are very tough to polish, and these will embed grit a lot. So, I don't even know why I pick them up, other than that they look like chewed pieces of bubble gum. I got several of those. That's another, you know, I'll roll that one. So all those there. I think I know what might end up happening here. Let's throw a couple of these bigger ones in here. That one's going to come out really nice. I should almost see if I could put this on the trim saw and take a couple little slabs off of it, because that would polish up really nice. So this is where you got to make decisions. Do I want to do something like that with this, or just throw it in the tumbler? I think a decision's been made. Nice agate here. This one here, I think I'm going to freeform on the cabbing machine. Yep, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to freeform this one on the cabbing machine. And I may end up doing that with this too, I don't know. Oh, another piece of petrified wood. I'm not ready to do that yet. I like doing them separately. And another piece. And even all the small pieces that I picked up will get thrown in there. Another nice green piece. Green piece. Green chunk of jasper. More jasper. I had a huge jasper day, but also did find some agate. So here's a couple right there. So this is getting pretty full. It's about 2/3 of the way full right now, and still have some left, so I'll bring back these. So I need to go out and pick up some more rocks to put in these batches so I can make sure these barrels are close to 3/4 of the way full. I'll be right back. And I am back. This is stuff from a prior trip that both Mrs. Jaws Jr. and I did. The bigger stuff I'm just going to pull out. Look at that agate though that we found. That's cool. Another nice agate. But it's things like this stuff here. That's what's cool about doing this, because you guys were with us when we picked up a lot of this material. That one's not going to get tumbled. That one's not either. I don't know how that one's going to turn out. Another piece of petrified wood. And another piece. Another chunk of green. Okay, I'm going to call that good. That's full enough. So, what's going to happen is 1.25 cups of 60/90 grit, 1/4 cup 60/90 grit, 6 tablespoons of my white stuff, 1 tablespoon of my white stuff each. This will roll for 5 or 6 days. These will roll for 7 to 10 days. This will be rolling on my QT12, and these are going to be rolling on the Harbor Freight dual rotary drum tumblers. This one will probably do a little bit better job of grinding. May have to run them. I may end up running everything twice in coarse grit. I've been doing a lot of that lately. Just running my coarse grit material twice, and actually some of it I pulled out and run it a 3rd time in a batch with other stuff. So from there, that's what we're going to do. Looking forward to seeing how this stuff is going to turn out. It's going to be a while because I have some other stuff in the works, but I will try to put this in a priority. What's in the works right now is my seam agate that I picked up off of several trips from the Ochiko Mountains. So I've got Ochiko Mountain material and Willamette River material. That's going to be rolling. Okay, we have the Willamette River material that is now completed with 2 rounds of coarse grit. It's looking pretty good. Now I have smaller batches over here. And I'm feeling, I mean, they just have a weird texture to them that I was not expecting. You can't see it, but you sure can feel it. That one feels pretty good. It's going to get moved over. Even the agate has a weird texture. And it's like I was not expecting to feel that. That one feels okay. That one is okay, I guess. That one's got a weird texture, but with the color you can't see the texture. Very weird. Okay, even the second small batch turned out very peculiar. So I don't know what's going on with that. So what I have, though, to fill this up, I have some Willamette River material that's ready for pre-polish. So it's not going to hurt it any if it runs for a second time inside of medium grit. So I'll be selective off of what I add in there. That can go in to bring up the level of the rocks to my satisfactory level. And most of these are bigger anyway, so there's a green one in there I'll have to grab and throw in there. Yep. Make it easy. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, so it's ready to roll for another 5, 6, 7 days, whatever I feel like doing or I've got time for. So one nice thing about doing this is the way I do things, if I can't get it in 5 days, it's okay if it goes 6. If I can't get it the 6th day, it's okay if it goes 7. I don't really care. But that's just how I do things. I'm a little bit more relaxed about this, but at the same time, I can be extremely hardcore about it too. Okay, we are now ready to start the pre-polish stage of the tumbling process. And we are going to put them into the lotto. I'm going to use the pre-polished aluminum oxide as well as probably a fair amount of filler. And we're going to get these rolling. Now some of these I'm going to have to do some additional work on. That one there I don't know what I'm going to do, because that is a very deep hole in there. That is incredibly deep, and I don't think I feel comfortable in running that one in there, because who knows what's lodged in down in that hole down there. So this one may be a reject. It may just go out to the flower bed. But this one's ready. Most of these are ready. I don't see too much of an issue other than those two. And unfortunately, this green one, that's going to be a pretty color once it's polished up. But so is that green too. So I'm going to go ahead and put the rocks in the barrels and get the process going for these. And it's basically going to be half a teaspoon of polish. The barrels will be filled almost full. Probably 3/4 of the way or just under 3/4 of the way of rocks, and then top it off with the media. Add some white stuff into it and let them roll, or let them shake or vibrate for 3 days. Then after that, they get cleaned, moved into the polished barrels that I have. Same thing, it'll be a half a teaspoon of aluminum oxide with the ceramics, the white stuff, and let them go for 2 days. So there's no need to show that step. It's identical to what I'm going to be doing here, and it's simple enough. I'm just going to put the rocks in barrels and let them go and see what we can come up with. Now this one here, it's not much in the way of deep cracks. It's got some glittery, quartzy stuff on it. So we'll see how that works out. This one here, see, here's another deep hole. So that one's going to be rejected. So I've got 3 rejects so far. Actually 4. Somewhere around here was one that was too big to fit in the barrel. I don't know what I did with it, but it was too big to fit in there, so I put it aside, and I don't know where it's at now. Oh, there it is. Sorry about that. The light fell on me when I picked this rock up here. This is too big. So what I may end up doing is seeing how I could cut this down, and who knows, it just might turn into a cabochon. Which would be okay, because you see, look at the colors of that. That's just incredible. And I hate to not do anything with this one. So so far I've got 4 rejects. Put my light back up. There we go. Oh, there's a reject too. So there's 5. That one there is borderline with those holes and divots. I think I can work this one on the cabbing machine, and at least on 100 grit down to 280 and possibly to 320. So you guys get the idea. Most of you are familiar with the process, so you know what to expect. If you're unfamiliar with the process, put your question in the comments below, and I'll do my best to help out, or somebody else smarter than me will see your question and give you a reasonable answer, I hope. So next time you see these, or some of them, probably about 75% of them will go into the barrels, maybe a little less. We will show you the result. A green piece of Jasper. Some unique green stuff there. We'll see if that polishes up. And again, as you know, all of this came from the Willamette River in the Willamette Valley of the Great Pacific Northwest. See, that's already getting pretty full already. So that looks like a reject there. Yep, definitely a reject. No big deal. I've got a lot of that stuff. Look at the crystal work in that. I'm going to still go ahead and polish that. Another one with a lot of holes in it. A lot of these opened up during the tumbling process, which is fine. I'd rather have it open up in that process than when it's absolutely needed or in the pre-polish. Another one that's rejected. Okay, we call that good. What's left here, I will put in the barrel for another day when I have more similar type of rocks. I'll just put them in, ready for pre-polish. And when this gets enough for 2 barrels, I'll just run it. And then I can do this without making a mess. Okay. Fill with water, drain, add aluminum oxide in the white stuff, and run it for 3 days. When you see these rocks again, they will be done with polish. Here is the final results of the Willamette River material. It's been a long time getting to this point. Yeah, it may only seem like this is a 30-minute video, which is quite long, and I apologize for that. But it has taken quite a while to get to this point, and this is not everything. As you've seen before, there's a lot of rejects, and there was some I just did not have the room to put in the barrel. Now, with that, this pile over here on the right, didn't turn out as well as I thought it did. It looks good here. It looks good on the camera. Polish is good. But I screwed up. You see all these bigger rocks here? Well, if you add 2 more, for my polisher, that was too many. I did not get the vibrating action out of them that I was expecting to. So I had to take some of those two out and then replace it with more medium. And it still wasn't acting right. So in my opinion, I don't think I got as good of a polish on these as I could have. But with that, they are kind of acceptable. Now, of course, not every rock will polish. There's one here that this particular rock does not want to take a polish. That's expected, especially when you're getting stuff up or collecting stuff up from the Willamette River where you have such a wide variety. But to compare what it was to now, this is one of the rejects that I kicked out for one reason, probably because of those cracks. But this is one of the rejects, and let's find of a similar material here. So that's for those of you who want to see it before and after, so there you go. This side here had much smaller rocks in it. The action was much better. And as you can see, there is a very good shine on those. So this side here, this barrel did much better. That Jasper just pops. Red Jasper, of course. Yeah, but typical Willamette River material, you have those cracks and flaws and stuff in it. It's just how the stuff is. But this was fun. I just enjoyed doing this, even with the struggles, even with ending up with the nasty rejects and with not getting the best polish that one could get. The stuff is fun. This one turned out okay. I actually really like that one. In this color here. Boy, that pops. Put that together with one of these bright red ones. It's hard to believe you get all this stuff out of the same river. We are truly lucky. See, there's even a blue one there. We are truly lucky to have this this river and the material that's in it. If I don't drop it and hit the ground and break it. So, yeah, I'm overall pretty pleased with it. We'll be seeing some better. I'll take some pictures on it, and if you are on Facebook, Rock Hounding and Polishing is the name of the group that you're going to see a lot of these pictures on. Also, there'll be some on the Oregon Rock Hounding group as well. There'll be some pictures of this material. So, looking forward, the Mrs. Jaws Jr. and I are going to be taking off on a epic rock hounding adventure. We'll be bringing you along for some of that, and as part of it, we hope to be able to work some of the material that we're going to be collecting as well. This is something that we've planned now for a year, and very few people are aware of what we're doing. So the next few videos after this is going to be about that, and as I am recording this, we have the Jaws Jr. Entertainment Mobile Command Center loaded and ready to go. We're taking off in the morning, and we're going to go off on just a wonderful time. It's like our vacation. So with that, just remember, everyone's life is an adventure. Then there's mine, polishing some incredible looking rocks from the Willamette River. This is the Adventures of Jaws Jr. Have a good one, everybody. Oh, I love that red. See ya! Wait, look at that. Isn't that cool? See ya!